Kenzie, play the Diesels in Dark Corners video.
Is it in here?
It's in the Google Drive.
We're live right now, just like.
Oh, well, that's not cool.
Sorry.
I guess we're here. Hey, everybody. It's Doug with Beer Money. We're with Scotty Too Hottie tonight, live from North Carolina. We got some.
Hello, everybody.
We've got
Happy
some exciting
Tuesday.
news. We got some exciting news. Premier Lubricants is now a Maximus racing oil distributor as well.
Pretty big news. We're pretty excited to add another high performance, high quality American made product to us. And Troy Green couldn't make it tonight. He had a conflict come up late, so he apologized. So we're going to get him on another segment. He's the Midwest territory manager for Maxima. But we're pretty stoked to add it to our product line for an offering. So a little bit about Maxima. They've been in business since 1979. So they're Southern California. Their business is strictly racing and performance, top tier stuff down to grassroots. They formulate their stuff based on champion of every level. So we're pretty excited to bring their, product line on and have it to enhance our already, extensive wardrobe over Premier Lubricants. So, but for tonight, we just want to kind of introduce some of the products. Get a lot of people have heard of Maxima, maybe some haven't, but like I say, their main focus is racing and performance on every level. So they're big, really big with the motocross, motorcycle world, shock oil, and then the performance auto, which is the group that will kind of focus on that as the aerosols, and then the 4-stroke or 4-cycle 2-stroke engine oils, along with some cleaners and high gloss polish. We'll take a look at some of them products tonight. So, but without ado, probably their number one seller in America, maybe the world, is the SC1 high gloss. It's the new bike look in a can. That product by far, makes UTVs, side-by-sides, anything plastic. People use it as a mud off. You can use it on your tractors and anything like tires. It's like an all-in-one general purpose product. So we're pretty excited to have it because that product is so good, so well known that they have air fresheners and, vehicle air fresheners. They have, I believe, a shaving kit, which we'll get into some more when we get familiar a lot more in depth with Maxima. But it's a good product. It's a really good product. The next one is probably right up there along the kind of complements. The SC1 is the Maxima Speed Wax. And that's an aerosol. And that's.
Let's take time out a second. Will the SC1, will that redo headlights? Does that clean up the plastic hazy headlights?
That's a good question, Doug. I'll have to find out on that. I don't know. I've used it myself for years on like my 4-wheelers and, snowmobiles, lawnmowers, all that stuff around the shop, but I've never used it on headlight, but I wouldn't see why not. But I will do an experiment and then we'll talk about that at another show for sure.
Okay. On with your show.
Yep. So the Speed Wax is just another aerosol. It's a great product. Now, this is more of a quick, coefficient wax. You want to dial things up quick, motorsports, garage, your personal vehicles, anything around the shop. So it's a really good product as well.
Does it have the same pleasant odor as SC1?
It's different. So the Speed Wax has like a tropical scent. It's kind of a pleasant scent. So you can use it indoors too. A lot of people, like the ladies, like the scents in both the SC1 and the Speed Wax. So
keep it in the nightstand drawer for a little.
Yeah, you never know. We'll take orders for whatever you want to use it for. So the next one that's interesting that really catches our eye, Brandon and I, over Premier is the MPPL, which is basically multi-purpose penetrant lube. So this is a good product because there's a lot of interest and growth in the fogger, engine fogging. And this is a multi-purpose product, not only for penetrant, loosening bolts, nuts, used on shock towers, but this is also a engine fogger too. So this is a great all around, like it says, multi-purpose aerosol. So we're pretty stoked.
So explain what engine fogging is to the dumb people of the world like myself. I guess I've heard of it. I don't know exactly how it works.
So engine fogging is, so, you run, your engine gets hot, especially here in the North Carolina where it's real humid. And a lot of times, that engine, no matter what it's on, doesn't cool down. You throw it in the box in the trailer. And, especially if you're running, some of the alcohol, methanol, of course, they're prone to water, drying out your cylinders and rings. So what happens is if you don't put some kind of fogger in there or, some aftermarket lube, you actually start to form rust pretty quick. So if you're a weekend warrior and you're putting that in the box, say drag racing, for instance, and then you might go another week or two, or, maybe you're firing the car up and you get home. Engine fogging is pretty critical, really. Basically, you just spray in with the air cleaner. It just puts a nice coating, basically a thin layer of lubricant, protects that exactly what it is for the top cylinder and that. So, but it's become really popular in the last couple of years. So you're starting to see I don't want to say it's not been around forever, but you're seeing it more and more with a product selection. And this is like, application driven. You should be doing this. And it is a good idea because you don't want no rust, to form in your cylinder walls or your piston range or around that area at all. So that's never a good thing. So,
right.
But it's good product.
So for anybody that's just tuning in, Tech Talk Tuesday with Scotty Too Hottie. We are going over the new Maxima Racing oil line of aerosols and performance products that has been brought on by Premier Lubricants. So all that product is available on the Beer Money website or the Premier Lubricants website, and use BMPT for 15% off. And if you've got any questions, please type in and we'll try to address them.
Yeah, and that's good stuff, Doug. And just want to highlight, for tonight, we're just picking like what we would consider the hot movers, what, the truck and tractor pulling motorsports world would use as far as, products in the shop or, in their trailer hauler and in their, truck or tractor or racing vehicles. So, but so those are like the most popular aerosols, and then we're going to get into a couple down after we talk about some oils, engine oil and gear oil. But those are pretty much standard, a Me Too product that I think I would have, especially SC1. Once you use that stuff, it's incredible. It's one of the best products out there. So it does bring like, faded plastic and, brings especially your side-by-side or something that sits outside. It really brings that back to life, so. But now the next one, we're going to get into some engine oil. So there's some really unique things with Maxima. They offer, and again, they're a true racing lubricant company. So they're going to have some stuff that a lot of the competitors might not offer in viscosity range, or maybe they're trying to obsolete some SKUs. So this one is basically it's a straight weight oil. So when we say that, it's a 50 viscosity or WT, a 60, and a 70. So these are mono grades that are available. So it's kind of nice that they offer a 50, 60, and 70. So 60's been real popular in the tractor and truck pulling world, as well as 50. But one of the things is, and I'll just highlight if they can see that, is this is a mineral base stock in this. So a lot of guys talk about, mineral oil, and then there's pros and cons to everything with alcohol and methanol and, diesel, how they play nice with the oil. But one of the things is that people will notice is it says 2x or 2 times the zinc anti-wear. So Troy is going to explain this more in depth. I just want to give you a little summary of what that means, because you're going to see this probably in a lot of their racing oil. So they use a very unique proprietary blend of additives. And keep in mind, Maxima, they blend. They're their own blenders. So they're buying base oils, they're buying additives, and they're a self-reliant blender and packager. So they make pretty much all their products on site in Southern California. So, but their zinc pack is kind of unique. They use 2 zinc. So, a lot of people talk and hear and read or on podcasts that zinc or ZDDP activates at temperature, which is true. So what Maxima uses in their chemistry is they use 2 times the zinc, but they have a zinc that's in their formulation that activates when it's cold, when the engines are cold or just getting warmed up. So they feel as though that is an added bonus for protection. When you first crank up that engine, all the way up till it's operating, temperature, ambient temperature. So that's kind of a cool little thing. But again, they offer the straight weights or straight viscosities mono grade in 50, 60, and 70. So that's kind of cool. And the nice thing too is they come in 1 gallon containers or 5 gallon. A lot of people ask us over the years, hey, does that, so like our products, they come in anything smaller than a 5. If you're getting like me, getting older, it's a little harder to manhandle a 5 or, without spilling it, or, you're up trying to, dump it in an engine. So gallons are a good offering with a lot of the Maxima products that we're going to talk about. So, but again, that is
available.
I'm sorry.
Are drums available?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm gonna find out. And I apologize because we're new to the packaging and stuff. I just know what we've looked at and what we're gonna bring in. But I would imagine, I don't want to say yes or no, but I would imagine you could get it at some point.
Right.
So that would be the mineral-based straight weight racing oil 50, 60, 70. So the next one is their RS. It's their full synthetic racing oil. So which is kind of unique is I know that's kind of small to see, or at least it is for me, but I got the sheet same in front of me. So they offer the multitude variety of viscosities at the bottom there. So this is 100% full synthetic triple ester racing oil. Esters or polymers that are very good. They handle heat and do a lot of good stuff in racing oil. But this is available in a 0W10, a 0W20, a 520, 530, 1030, 1040, and 1550. So it seems like a lot of viscosities, but honestly, they do it that way because it covers a very large gamut of motorsports, anywhere from drag racing to go-karts to, truck and tractor pulling, circle track, sprint cars, GM crate motors, 602, 604s, all that. So those viscosities, basically we got something for everybody viscosity. So that is the RS series. And it's 1550 is what's on that, but that's basically the 15W50. That bottle represents that, but it comes in, a variety of viscosity. So, and that comes in quarts, gallons, and pails in each one of those viscosities. The next one is the multigrade synthetic blend. And it's basically exactly what it is a synthetic blend. And it comes in 1030, 1040, and 2050. And that as well comes in quarts, 5-gallon pails, excuse me, in gallons. So, but you'll see that 2 times the zinc system in there quite a bit with pretty much all of their racing oils. So any questions on that, Dougie, or any typed in?
Any questions yet?
All right. So we'll go to the next engine oil. It's they offer heavy duty diesel engine oil. I'm sorry, I probably got you out of whack there, but it's the heavy duty diesel engine oil. Yep, there we go. So this comes in gallons and 5. So this is a exceeds CJ4 spec. So this would be a good, if you're in like diesel drag, or maybe some of the lower classes tractors where you don't have such that big bearing clearance or need, higher viscosity and maintain that, oil pressure and all that stuff. This would be a good fit for that. But this is basically a heavy duty 1540 diesel engine oil they offer. Next is the Pro Gear. They make a couple different varieties of gear oil, but go right to the top. The Pro Gear oil is a synthetic gear oil. It's a full synthetic. So it's a GL5, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. That's the rating for extreme pressure additives. And this comes in a 75-90, a 75-140, a 75-190, and a 250. So it'll cover. So if you're doing some heavy duty stuff, motorsports, and I think, Doug, there was a comment, maybe it was you or someone else after the show or during the show, about the way that the weight transfer box comes up now and kind of slams at the end, or when it gets down track. And I haven't heard it yet, but I'm sure I will. But guys are saying that they're rough on their gears, their pinning gears in the rear end. So,
it seems to take the old setups. It takes the pinion bearing out.
Yeah. So here's a perfect example where this offering they have with those viscosity, especially it's going to be the same chemistry, but when you go higher with viscosity, that's your boundary or your strength in between the gears. So, the 75W140, I think is going to be real popular next year. There's always changes. And when I say that, the last few years in rounding around circle track, is based on lower viscosities. Everyone was jumping the bandwagon. We're going to 030, the 1030s of the world. But now it's kind of bounced back a little bit where it's gone back to 2050. So it's not saying it's right or wrong. There's just different, advantages and disadvantages to both. But I think that 75W140, that little bit of a thicker, so to speak, or higher viscosity is going to be really popular in the tractor truck pulling world, especially in the upper classes with the heavier weights, for protection. So
what's the 190 and 250 used for? That's some pretty thick stuff.
That's some pretty thick stuff. So you get into the off-road truck. So I tell people, when you want to jump up from 75W90, because 75W90 is phenomenal. It is such a superseded product, like we talked about, made so well with high-end base oils and high-end additives today that's really the go-to in almost all motorsports. But when you go where you have a lot of wheel hop, or the chop or stops and start, or you get exactly when that weight box hits and those gears just kind of slam, that's where they these higher viscosity. So your off-road truck series and stuff where they're jumping in the air and coming down, and that rear end's taking a little bit of a beating, that's where you would see your 75 190 or your 250 weights. And especially most off-road truck series are like Baja, or they're in the desert or whatever. So heat's the number one killer of oil. We talk about that all the time, no matter what. So those higher viscosity oils are going to hold up better for that application. So the next one is kind of a cool thing. No pun intended there. The Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid is basically a water wetter. This is the ready to use one, and then they have the concentration. You can get it either way, but we'll probably stock the ready to use. That way you don't get your chemistry too far out of whack, start mixing too much stuff in. But this is a great product, if you're running a radiator, of course, but it will take, temperature out of the, water, some cases 20 to 40 degrees anyways, just to be safe. But this is a good product, comes in the 5-gallon pail, but more so the 64 ounce container, which their ratios and everything are basically, I believe they're on the back of the jug, but they're pretty self-explanatory. They're on the technical data sheets too. So But basically,
That's not,
Kool-Aid.
that's not antifreeze. That's
That's
just a
not
coolant.
antifreeze. No, it's just a well, we would consider a water wetter. It's just a heat transfer. It's just. But you're spot on. It will not act as like, and I think on the bottom there too. I think you're just highlighting. It's not. It doesn't have a freeze protection. So. But yeah, and one of the reasons why is there's no glycol in most of these now today. So that's one of the reasons they're not really considered good for, using it as antifreeze or a coolant in cold applications or environment. So, but it's a good little product. And then the air filter cleaner aerosol. This is really popular. We get asked about this all the time. It's one of the reasons we kind of look towards Maxima. So this is self-explanatory. This can be used on fabric, and foam air cleaner. So basically this is like just what it says. You just spray it and clean your, air cleaners. And there's the next product kind of complements and you can get it. So the next product is the Fab 1, and that is the air cleaner, or excuse me, air filter oil. So they kind of complement one another. We're going to bring these in cases, but Maxima offers a lot of combo packs. So they offer this product as a 2-pack with the air filter cleaner and the Fab 1. So we'll look at that and see what, everyone's interested or what sells better, if they want them in a combo pack or, just individual. So they have a bunch of other ones too. They have 4-packs of stuff that are like your chain lube, your, multi-purpose penetrating lube, and speed wax and SC1. So if we have a high interest, we'll bring in those little combo packs, or maybe Christmas time or something. It might be a good idea for a special or, Christmas special. But, and then the last one, it's kind of, and again, these are just a small group of the hot movers that we're going to concentrate on. This is the BioW Wash. This is actually what it is. It's a biodegradable wash. Great for like, the mud or clay or, shining, before you go out to do your hook, you maybe want to spray this on, wipe it down, and then hit it with like the speed wax to follow up, or even like an SC1. There's no wrong answer there, but this is a really good product. Again, there's the nice thing about this, it's a 50 state compliant. There's a lot of states that are getting on the EPA bandwagon, and like with brake clean or non-chlorinated brake clean or chlorinated, the 45 VOC ProGrade or the top, the better stuff is not allowed to ship in probably 6 states now because they lowered the VOC ratings down to, I believe, 15 in those states. So, so this is a 50 state compliant. There's no harsh goodies in this stuff at all. There's no acids, solvents. It's just all purpose, I guess. You could use it on anything. You can use it around the house, on the siding, basically cleans up whatever, parts. So, but won't hurt rubber, won't hurt your gaskets, any of that stuff. So it's kind of a pretty cool product. But other than that, those are the basics of Maximus product that we're going to stock. They have a extensive, wardrobe of products, is a portfolio, if you want to say. So they have, side by side, RTV, UTV. That's kind of their niche market. Chain lube, stuff like that. So we're going to look at all that. They have marine oils. We're talking about because over in Kansas, we're close to Lake of the Ozarks and Lake Perry, a bunch of lakes. So we get asked about that. So we're going to have some personal watercraft engine oils, and also the marine oils that are NMMA approved, which is big. That's a National Marine Manufacturing Association approval today on engines and oil. So other than that,
so the BioW Wash, that's an all-purpose cleaner. Spray on, wipe off.
Yeah, yep.
Scrub it. I mean, spray on, scrub, rinse type of thing, or
well, all cleaners. There's a question about scrub, and if I'm just going like that, it's kind of wiping. But the good cleaners, it's a lot less effort, I guess. And I don't know of any, maybe there is, and someone could tell me over the years of cleaners. I mean, almost everyone and every variety I've used, you've had to either, scrub it, with a brush or whatever. But, the higher end products, you don't have to put a lot of effort in. You still got a kind of soft bristle brush or a Microsoft, towel or whatever. So, but, yeah, so we're pretty excited. Like I say, Maxima will complement our current product line. They are in a lot of top tier stuff already as far as motorsports. Definitely drag racing. They are a huge name over in that arena. Truck and tractor pulling, maybe not up in the north, but in the south. And they have a few, we went over some of them products that'll be phenomenal for that. The gear oils, they have automatic transmission fluids, stuff like that. But these are the ones we talked about tonight. We're going to bring in on our first order, which we should have that on site inventoried within the next 2 weeks. So, but we just want to get it introduced to the world and let everybody know that, it's end of the season, so to speak. But is there really an end of the season? I mean, we roll right into PRI and then boom,
Right.
we're right back at it again. So, you're lucky to get a break for Christmas. So, but we're probably going to do a PRI show special. I'm going to be traveling in the morning out to Kansas. I'll be out there for a week at the office warehouse. So we're going to go over a bunch of stuff. But, PRI and Indy, the, performance racing industry show is coming up, and it's really not that far away, honestly.
Right.
And we're prepping for that. And then, like you say, I think January, I think we're booked already. I think the second week in January, we start right back in, 2024 season. So
Indoor season starts. Florida.
yeah. Yep. So we're looking forward to that.
So. Is that when the Chili Bowl starts too?
What's that again?
Is that when the Chili Bowl?
Yeah, Chili Bowl, third week there. We got to iron that out. We've been invited to have a booth there. So we just got to make sure we don't overbook our schedule. It's easy to do. So, but, we want to definitely compliment you guys with Beer Money Pulling Team, wherever that goes, just, do some networking on that side of the business too. So, but it's going really well. We appreciate the orders. The business is starting to pick up. We're brand new business, with everything that has happened, with my career and changes in the corporate world and all that. So, Premier Lubricants really, started. It started a little bit a couple years ago as more coffee money for Brandon, but legit full-time lubricant company. I mean, we've only been at it since technically May.
June?
June, May. So, and the Sunoco was introduced in May. So we're very humbled to get that product line. They handpicked. Maxima is going to be a great product line. I think, in the Midwest, the growth that they want to do, and with my background in the motorsports and what Brandon's got vision of, getting involved more with truck and tractor pulling. If we can get some of these marketing deals worked out, it's going to be pretty big. And also, you can't give everybody free stuff in motorsports, but what my mindset is, we can come out and offer everybody a very high performance, high quality products at a discounted rate. And that helps a motorsports team as well. Anywhere you can save money in today's world is, racing and performance. It's very expensive on every level. So if we can do our part and, offer up great products at a good price and, support the sports and people that support us is kind of our mindset. So, but it's going good. Yeah, we got some good stuff, on tap for next year. So
use promo code BMPT for that 15% off discount.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight again, the first order to Maximus going in, we will be stocked pretty good with everything within hopefully the next, 2 weeks. So, within, I would say no later than a month. So we'll have all this stuff ready to go. So, and, other than that, we're going to be at Charlotte for the dirt track, short tracks, dirt series is, I think it's next week already, I guess, thinking about it. And then right after that's the World Finals of Dirt. That's the World Racing Group, the World of Outlaw late models, 410 sprints, and the big block mods from up north. So we'll be at Charlotte for a couple weeks, and then right after that we have a little break. Thanksgiving's in there, and off to PRI. So if you go into PRI, love to talk with everybody in person. I personally will be at the Sunoco Lubricants booth across from the Sunoco Race Fuel booth most of my time. Probably going to get a tug of war trying to get to our brands, which is fun, but it's a good time cramming, as much in as you can in 3 days. So, and then I know, I don't know if is your gig finalized, Dougie, for over?
We will be on the stadium floor.
Okay. And what's that entail?
We are partnered with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association, and Gene's Machine, GMS.
Okay.
We'll have our new tractor there. We're booth number 8141.
Okay.
The stadium floor. And we will be promoting the Outlaw Association and the products at GMS. They've been a partner with us for a couple of years now.
Nice.
And they have a new light super stock they're going to debut there. That's got a lot of cool new stuff on it. And then we'll have the high-tech redneck there.
Yeah. Awesome. So just before we wrap up, cold weather's coming and fuel is a big to do in today's world, whether it be gasoline or diesel fuel. There's every quality of fuel out there, it seems like today. But we also stock Howe's products, diesel additives. So one of the most common one is Howe's diesel treat. So we have that available at Premier Lubricants too. So and any of the conditioners, any of that stuff, but any of the Howe's product, you go to their link, we can get that. We stock the most common stuff. We also, a few products with Champion. We have the diesel conditioner and stuff like that. But starting fluid too. I know we talked about that in the truck and tractor pulling world, but up where you guys are, not necessarily where I am, don't need that stuff so much, but we are stocked with 80% starting fluid, a little bit of 50. We don't, 80 people just go right to the good stuff, so, but we have starting fluid in stock as well for, your day shift core business, or if you're out pulling and need some, that's great too. So, and the website, you can order any quantity just because you go to the website. You can get a hold of myself or, the Beer Money Pulling team, get a hold of me or Brandon Leach, my partner, the president over at Premier. We sell skid, full skids, half truckloads. Just because it's not on the website, there's onesie twosie in the cart. I mean, we sell any quantity that you would need. So, but site too, we're working on that. That's under construction all the time. Going to keep improving that so it's user friendly. But excuse me. But
the questions have been pretty quiet tonight, but that happens when you're just getting started. So.
Yeah. So, but again, going back to Maxima, we're pretty pleased to bring that product line on. It's like I say, the nice part is they've been around for 43 plus years. Danny Massey's, he's the owner over there, and they're 100% focused on racing. Their business is racing and motorsports, so to speak. So that focus is nice. They want to build the Midwest, so it's a good opportunity for us. Not only where we're located, but just when we did a presentation package with what we're doing, marketing with you guys over at Beer Money Pulling Team is very enticing. We did some outlaw. We like to do more with that, so we're going to work on some stuff. In the back offline on some of those programs, but yeah, it's going to be good.
Well, everybody, thanks for watching. And I don't know if we'll hit next week or not. I got to check my schedule. We're be traveling for a couple of weeks, so.
Yeah, let me know, Doug. I'm going to be out in Kansas, so if anything, we could do something quick, or we could do like a product highlight.
Right.
If there's pick something on there, but you know what? In closing, we thank you and appreciate everything. And we're one-stop shop for lubricants. Windshield wash, engine oil, transmission, gear oil. I mean, we got anything you could use. For a race team, motorsports team to, farm, fleet, on-road, off-road, industrial. I mean, we got it all in a one-stop shop at Premier Lubricants.
Cool. All right. Again, 15% off. Use the Beer Money code BMPT for your discounts at the Premier Lubricants site or beermoneypullingteam.com.
Go Bills, right?
We won't even talk about our Badgers. So
yeah, it's a sore subject. But all right, have a great night. We'll see you again. Thank you.
Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.